Hello, my name is Einat Wilf. I'm a member of Knesset. I'm a member of the Aliyah, Absorption and Diaspora Commission, and I'm also going to head that committee beginning in October of this year. Welcome to this conference. This is a great conference, and I do hope I'll be able to contribute a little bit in this video. I've been asked to answer a few questions. The first is what I think the global Jewish community will look like in the year 2030. First of all, I've been a part of a group that has been working exactly on that in the Jewish People Policy Planning Institute, looking at the Jewish people in 2030. We've been looking at it through a prism of scenarios, and we feel that the Jewish people in 2030 could be in one of several scenarios, some of them very positive, some of them very negative. Clearly what we're seeing today, especially with respect to the diaspora, is that the outside world is very welcoming, very accepting of the Jewish people today. And this is, while this might be considered purely positive, it's also a huge challenge for the Jewish people, since we seem to be unable or unprepared for what to do when we are actually loved, literally. So the key question is, how do we make sure that still as a Jewish community we thrive under these conditions and not just drift away? Unfortunately, outside Israel, most Jewish communities are experiencing a process of decline, some of them of distancing away from a sense of Jewish identity. And I certainly commend your conference for outreaching and trying to reverse that trend. And this is related to the second question. I'm asked, how is intermarriage an opportunity for the global Jewish community? I actually think, and this has been a long-held view of mine, that the Jewish people have made a big mistake with respect to viewing intermarriage as a -1 rather than a +1. I think the view with respect to intermarriage should be that it is a +1 opportunity for the Jewish people. We now have many more people who are not Jews, but who are related to us. They are within our family. They are part of the extended Jewish people family. And this is a way to have a greater network, a greater family of supporters. People who identify with the Jewish people, with our cause, with the state of Israel, who support us both in the good times and in the bad times. I think the focus really on looking at people who have intermarried as having drifted away has been very wrong, and we need to look how we bring people in. It doesn't even have to do with official conversion. One might think of how we convert them, not in the official religious sense, but in the sense of bringing people into our family, into our cause, into our network of support. I think this is the way that the Jewish people should look at what is happening around the world today. Clearly, I've been asked here, what are the reactions to this view? Clearly, they tend to be, this is a somewhat radical view, and I'm glad to say that it was a long-held one, long before it became a personal issue. But clearly, a lot of people question that view. I mean, the long-held beliefs are very much in place. But I do think that given the future, given the fact that we live in an open world that is very much accepting of the Jewish people, we need to rethink a lot of the tools and the ideas that helped us in a period when we were closed off, when we were in ghettos, when we were not appreciated, not liked, no one wanted to be intermarried. We need new tools, new thinking, and part of this thinking, even though it's clearly not conventional, is how to think of intermarriage as a +1 opportunity for the Jewish people. And the last question I'm being asked is, what should the leaders of the community should be doing in this context? So first of all, it's really not to apologize and to begin to change the discourse from the -1 to the +1. I think the other part is to develop alternative notions of what it means to convert into the Jewish people, not just the religious sense of conversion, but the sense of conversion into a family. How do you become a member of a family? How can people who do not wish to convert religiously, I can tell you that I'm not a religious person, I'm an atheist, but I'm very much committed to the Jewish people, to the state of Israel, to a thriving future for the Jewish people, it's very important to see how we convert people who are, for example, atheists and do not want to go through a process of religious conversion. How can they be brought into the family by getting to know the history of the Jewish people, the culture, participating in our organizations, in a relationship with the State of Israel? I think these are things that are very important to develop this concept. It's radical, it's different, but I think the Jewish people have always survived by a mixture of tradition and innovation. We tend to focus on the fiddler on the roof idea of tradition, but I think no less the Jewish people have been able to survive and thrive based on innovation. And I think a lot of the innovation we need today from Jewish leaders is the innovation of how we look at people who are intermarried, how to make them join the broader Jewish family through a process of getting to know our culture, our history, supporting our cause, supporting our values, having a lifelong relationship with the State of Israel, and viewing it as some modern form of converting into the larger family of the Jewish people. So I wish you a great time in this conference. Come up with a lot of new ideas. Be daring, be innovative, and best to you, and shalom from Israel.